Welcome, everyone. My name is Danny Ross, and I'm going to be your host today for the AI Lunch and Learn. We do this every Tuesday at noon. If you are a member of the BillBiz platform, go ahead and register so that it pops up on your calendar. We also have a session on Thursdays for people who white label the platform. This is if you are taking our platform and rebranding it into your own colors and branding, and you have the ability to set your own pricing for monthly memberships and things like that. It's completely yours. You decide to do what you want with it. If you miss a call, we're only about 8 weeks behind. But here are the recordings of the previous one. Feel free to go ahead and get caught up on the platform. If you have never been here before, welcome, welcome. Dr. Brown, Hayes Brown, welcome. And this is the AI Lunch and Learn. We're going to cover a wide variety of things. What's new? We're going to spend some time specifically looking at the platform. We'll talk about what's new in AI, all kinds of fun things like that. If you do decide to sign up into the platform, let me give you a quick tour as a newcomer to the platform. We have the BillBiz platform. We're going to spend a few minutes on it. It's really fun place to be. You can get a 7-day free trial, and it is for AI entrepreneurs. When you sign up for the free trial, you can download 11 free ebooks. You can start using all of the tools in the platform, creating websites, sales funnels, making videos, making images, logos. There's more than one way to make money from the platform. If you decide to sign up for the free trial, don't worry, you don't get charged until the 7 days are over, and you can cancel anytime. Now, the other thing I tell newcomers is this. We kind of jump right in the middle because this is our weekly call on AI training. If you want to start from the very beginning, I would recommend you start on this link here. And the next beginner class is right here. I'll put that in the chat for you. That is the 7 p.m. class. The next one is the 19th. So next Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's a good place for beginners to start because we take it a little slower. I teach you the create method and step you through getting started with AI if you're not familiar with it. There's a welcome video, a replay of one of our previous AI in 1 hour classes, a short video on the create method, and other videos explaining some of the primary apps in the platform. That's a good place to start. We have 60 plus AI apps in the platform, from a single place to work from and a value place. Those are some of the things that are out there. Let's see. By the way, we do want to make this interactive. And so please go ahead and put your questions in the chat if you have them. Dr. Hayes Brown, since you're new here, if you have a website or a URL domain, go ahead and share it in the chat. There's good things about doing that. I can also make it part of the magic show, and we can have some fun with that. All right. Are there any opening questions that anyone has about AI in general or the platform? I'm happy to answer questions. One of the new places or new things, obviously, hitting the news, and there's always new AI tools, but ChatGPT releasing version 5 is pretty significant because obviously it's faster. It is a more personable and even personalizable, if that's a word, GPT. And the way that the platform works is there's several large language models underneath the platform. OpenAI is behind ChatGPT, but you have other LLMs that specialize in things. We talk about this on the Tuesday class, such as if you're creating images or videos, there's different models of large language models behind that functionality. And so in the platform where we have the 60 plus apps, there's different LLMs for different types of things. For right now, I'm going to go into the Create AI Video app, and I'm going to paste in doctors. I have two doctors on here, Dr. Rashan, Dr. Hayes Brown. So we have I'm just going to show you quickly how you can create an AI video just from a link. If you want to create a more comprehensive video, I would recommend using text to describe the script of what you want the AI to do, just from a kind of showing you some of the capability of the platform and this app. You can pick a voice. Or you can go down here and tell it more of what you would like it to do. This leads you to where you can pick a color and go to your website itself. I assume this is a nonprofit group. Let's see if I can get this to get in there. This is not that complicated. Sometimes my caching gets stuck. There we go. Perfect. So we have the blues or the greens. We can go with either one. I kind of like that. All right, perfect. And the way that this works is you can pick the About page, for example, because it'll have lots of information about the organization and the company normally. We'll actually use this domain instead. The way that AI works when you tell it to scan a page is it'll only do that particular website link. It won't go wandering around to some of the others. You want to be pointing to something that has the most information, doesn't look at pictures, it only grabs text and metadata to make the decision. You can upload your own music. By the way, in the platform, there's a app in there that creates instrumentals. And then you can pick a color. As I said, you can pick the greens or blues. That's more of a purple. There we go. We're getting closer to blues now. Pick a lighter blue. That's fine. This is just for the transcript color. You can also pick a landscape or a portrait, and that's enough for it to get started. And again, it's just going to try to scan the text that's on that page, create a script, create images from that script, and generate what we call a quick little AI video, VSL, or video sales letter. Simple, easy to do, doesn't require any coding or knowledge of what you're doing. Let me keep working while that's building out that app. Let's go back and continue to show you around quickly. If anybody who has been using the platform has a question, I'm happy to answer those questions for you. If this is your first time in the platform, highly recommend you go into Big Dream Generator. What it allows you to do is take, for example, if you have that nonprofit, you want to come in here and just put on paper, if you will, create a business brief. It looks like this is a very large organization, or at least one that's been around for quite a while. If you want the AI to learn about your business and your organization, you can fill out these quick 13 questions. And what it gives you is what's called a business brief. And you can take that business brief and feed it into other AI tools. And that will give you a foundation to speak to those other AI tools for the different things that you may want to do. For example, as a nonprofit, one of your primary goals, of course, is getting sponsors and donors. You can actually go in here, describe to the AI tool using that business brief what is your organization is all about, train it, and it will be able to have an intelligent conversation that understands you. You can then tell it, hey, I now want you to create a video sales letter, say a 90-second video sales letter that I can use to build videos, build other content within the platform. That's why I recommend everybody go through the Big Dream Generator and then utilize it throughout the other apps. It's really powerful in that sense. Let's say I go back to your platform. You have your vision statement and who you are, and it's all really good. If the link method does not work, this is another easy way to do it. We'll just grab the text. That's all it needs. For example, I can go here, grab that text, and go back to my AI. Think of AI sales coach as ChatGPT in that you can have a conversation with it. And I could say something like, I want a 90-second VSL, video sales letter. Here is some info on my nonprofit organization. You could drop it in there. Now it has a little bit about who you are, and it can immediately start creating that. Then it'll ask you questions if it wants some clarification. What is your main call to action? Do you want viewers to donate, join as a member, advocate, or something else? Let's say this is a membership drive. So join is my goal or call to action. Now it knows I'm going to write a script that focuses on getting people to join your ideal membership, nonprofits, community leaders, or a different group. When you go through the Big Dream Generator, all of these questions are answered. The AI wouldn't have to ask me because it doesn't know anything about my organization. If you do the Big Dream Generator, it already knows this. This is the Q&A part of where it's getting to know me. You can say advancing communities, blah, blah, blah. I'm reading through this, fair housing. Okay, so we'll do this. And so we'll just say, keep it focused on the content I shared with you. Go ahead and generate the VSL script. Do not give me any narration, just the script content for the AI to read. All righty. I told it to stop asking me questions, stop being nosy. Oh, it didn't get my note on the thing. We do this without narration. Just give me the script content. Narration or direction. And so, you know, sometimes you swear, are you speaking, am I speaking the English? There we go. Let's try this again. All right, you would grab this and drop that into this app under the text section so that it would now have an understanding of your business, what you want, and what are your goals for the VSL. Let's look at the one we already created just from the link.
Unlock the secrets of financial success.
Did we not get it to start? That looks like the one we were working on. Let me refresh. There we go. I didn't refresh.
Welcome to Georgia Advancing Communities Together, Inc., the beacon of hope for housing equality across the state. Founded in 2001, Georgia ACT has been committed to ensuring safe, decent, and affordable housing for every Georgia family. Our mission empowers a strong network of nonprofits focused on housing and community development. We tirelessly advocate for essential policies and resources to meet the diverse housing needs of Georgians. Led by the passionate Dr. Bambi Hayes Brown and a dedicated team, we're driving change for equitable housing. Join us as we shape a brighter future for Georgia, one home, one community at a time.
And so, for example, we would change out the photo here. We can download this image and then we would put in the image of Dr. Hayes Brown because that just makes more sense. If it's speaking about Dr. Hayes Brown, we should have a photo. There we go. And so you can grab this here. And now I would say replace that with this. I would go right here and we would upload that image we just grabbed. So that just made more sense. And then same thing here, join us for a future, a brighter future, one community at a time. We go back here. There we go. Let's see what we have. Oh, we don't have any photos there. Let's go to our membership page. We do have one scrolling at the top. Very interesting. You have a lot of pages. This is actually good marketing here. So we can grab this image. That's a good marketing image we want to have. And closing the divide. I like that one. We have some things that we could grab, but let's keep moving along. This is fine for what we wanted it to do. We can change this picture because the text on it wasn't quite right. If we go back to this app and we have our script, we have a little bit about us that we grabbed earlier. We could actually take this one and actually drop it into our app that we use for creating images. This is what I meant by getting a good business brief and then utilizing it just by dropping that text in there and say, hey, give me some image ideas. And so you can definitely get that going right there. So once we get that part going, we are moving along pretty quickly. Where were we? Oh, we were talking about ChatGPT a little bit. ChatGPT 5, what they've done is rolled up the other models. If you have the paid version, you don't even see the other ones. You can ask it questions. It's faster. It does better coding. It thinks when it needs to think. Before you would specifically say, hey, give me deep research mode or something like that. Now you can just ask it a general question and it will pause in its response and actually do some thinking before it responded. Really cool thing. We were doing some training. The team was down in the Bahamas doing some training over the weekend. You can set up in ChatGPT or any AI, including the one in the platform, on a particular topic and defining a particular style of app. In this case, we were building an affordable app around the idea of retirement. I was creating an AI app for retirement. Here's the core problem, the transformation. You could do something similar for the nonprofit business we're looking at. I could go in here and say something like, you are a world-class developer for AI apps for nonprofit organizations. I want you to help me create an app that will drive new members into a landing page or a sales funnel for me. Period. I want you to help me create an a housing assessment app that focuses on determining a prospective member's ability to afford in a house and to give them resources where they can get help. Period. My organization specializes in helping to solve the housing affordability challenge. Here is some information about us. Give me 5 AI apps that I could build using a vibe coding tool like Famous.ai to help solve the problem. All right, so we'll give it that kind of a prompt. You could do this in the platform as well. I just want to show you that it doesn't really matter where you do it. You can do it almost anywhere. Let's see, nonprofit organization. This is building out the images. It's giving us a vibrant neighborhood scene with diverse families enjoying a picnic. Sure, why not? Let's grab that, see what we get. And so we're building out our image. Chat is working on our building. Let me move this over here. It's alrighty. Wow, this is really, it's going all out here. What is it building? Wait a minute. I know what happened. It's building out both things at one time. Okay, that's fine. Yep, I confused it because I pasted in the 90-second VSL thing I was just talking about. This is what's called a user error. It's trying to do two things at once, right? It's building out the VSL, it's building out the core business idea. You have a landing page, a results page, an automation. This is the housing affordability assessment app. And so it's building out a form with the questions. It's building out a scoring logic of, and what's fun about these kinds of apps are there we go. Here's the actual prompt that it's building now. It's a front end responsive requirements. It's giving you, hey, can I afford my next home in Georgia? 3 minute affordability checklist. And so it's building out the landing page logic. 5 additional AI apps you can build: rent relief finder, down payment navigator, eviction risk, housing community. It's helping us put together ways to build out some additional apps. It's interesting where it kind of combined all of these things into one thing. And that's what I meant by chat version 5, GPT version 5 is really, really interesting. Here's the script that it came up with. And so we could put this video on our landing page, and it's showing you what it's going to be building. And then it gave us the actual specifications and things that we're going to add there and the user models. And then it actually gave us the prompt. This is the name of the app that we're going to ask the AI to build. And so we'll play with this. Sure, why not? Let's grab it. It's a bit disjointed. I wouldn't normally go this approach with it, but it is pretty good in some senses. By the way, if you want to build your own apps, that is the link. I'm going to put it in the chat. And so this is the app server platform, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to actually build it one level up on Famous because I have a much more robust account on this level. There we go. Actually, I'll leave this alone. It'll determine it right from there. We'll go ahead and let that run. I'm just going to paste that right in there and tell it to run. Now, if I go to app server, AI, which is my white label of you can go in here, you can build an app with just a sentence. You don't have to have a mega prompt like I have right there. If I wanted to build a time tracker, a contract concierge, a social media calendar, I can build any of these things that it's kind of just suggesting. Create a time tracking app for freelancers with task timers and timesheet export. Let's sign in. I'm going to sign in as a user. This is why I decided to go ahead and build it one level up. You can sign up for free. It gives you 2 messages per day, 5 messages per month. Once you sign up for a paid membership, you can build up to 100 messages per month. On my primary account, I have quite a few messages. So this is the prompt I put in there right from chat, and it's starting to build. It tells you everything that it's doing. It shows you the components. It shows you as it builds out. It's going to take a minute to do that, of course. And let's go back and see what kind of images we have for our video. This tried, but it obviously has some issues here with the spelling and things like that. It was close. I like the image itself. You can do a couple of things. You could drop this into a tool called conversational image that you can go in and actually just tell it, hey, fix this sentence with a different word. You could drop it into Canva, which is another AI tool. They have one called Magic Grab, and it can do text editing directly from the image. But the other issue with the app is that to fix the logo, we'd have to fix all kinds of things. It's a good image, but not what we want. Here we got a confident woman smiling while holding keys to her new affordable apartment. Let's generate that one. It gives you 20 ideas from the text that we put in, and you can immediately just tell it, okay, let's try another one. That one is not quite what we want. You should tell the AI if it did a good job. For example, you could say, no, that wasn't a good one, or you can actually delete it if you think you're never going to use it, for example. All right, so here's a much better image. We have the woman, she's got her keys, she's happy. I think that's a good one. Let's download that. You could actually drop more text on it. You could go in and edit it. You could put in the name of your organization here. You just go to annotation, you go to text, and you would just drop perhaps your logo or drop your name in here. These are the kinds of things you could do, but I'm not going to do any of that right now, simply because we're just building a sample app video. You have this image, which is not bad. It's not horrible, but it has text on it that doesn't make any sense. Much better to use an emotional image. And if there was one thing I was going to say to your team that's building out your page, is you want to put, again, images that allow the visitor to connect immediately. Emotional images that it's like, welcome to Georgia Advanced Communities Together, the beacon of hope for housing equality across the state. That image says it all without any text. That's the kind of thing I would put up there instead of the colder, more corporate images, because you do want to encourage your users to participate in your projects. Let's get another image. Busy community center, people engaging in workshops and networking sessions. Sure, why not? Let's grab that one, see what it generates. Can I afford my next home in Georgia? This is what's called a offer statement. You can call it a Godfather offer. You can call it an atomic offer, but it's something that grabs your attention immediately. Can I afford my next home in Georgia? I live in Georgia, and I know for a fact that if I sold my house, I would get a lot more money than I paid for it. But at the same time, if I wanted the same house, it'd be a lot more expensive for me to buy, even in my own neighborhood, which is hilarious. But that's just a fact. If you're income diverse, you could run through this, and this particular one is not going to have a lot of really good content. This is an embed spot for the 90-second ad that we have. We need to actually create that ad or that VSL. We're working on that VSL right this minute. We could use the script we just did and make it another ad. You could take this script and create a video where you're sitting in front of the camera and reading this script. That's what's great about these tools is you can create something very, very simple. Let's do a couple of things. We have a nice diverse group of people in this one. I like that one. We can download that one as well. If your purpose is targeting just a particular community, you would have images of just that particular community. If your purpose is to target multiple or diverse communities, then you'd have an image like this, where it's just a variety of different kinds of people. I didn't read through your information to learn your particular business model, but I think you understand what I'm saying. And then here's another image. Let's go ahead and do that while I'm working on this. We have that one. We have that one. We have this one. We can definitely bring up that one image. So we can have a more diverse group in that image. And we can shape her future birth. Okay, we got all of these. We're doing pretty well. This is not horrible. Founded in 2001, Georgia Act committed that. We would probably replace this with an image from your particular thing that you're doing. Let's finish up where we were going here. We have this we need to embed into here. We would do two things to get the video embedded. You can go about it a lot of different ways, but the simplest, easiest, and free option is just upload the video to YouTube that you've created and then embed the link here. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. While I have the video being completed, we can actually wander through a few other things. All right, we're getting close. Let's see what images we came up. Again, too much text. That doesn't make any sense. We would definitely delete this one. I like the image. The image is fantastic, but the text, you would need to edit it and fix it. We'll delete it for now. The city skyline, cranes, residential building, brilliant progress in there. That's not terrible. We could use that. All right, so it is still building. Let's see what we have here. Let's look at our start. And you can put in a zip code. I'll pick one out here. It already knows the county. You could fix this where you don't have to be redundant. This is not even half the counties in Georgia. You can tell immediately that the app needs some polishing. It's basically asking you for your zip code, and from your zip code, it should be able to tell what county you're in. That's an easy fix. You would just tell it, here's a Google Maps API. Use this to help you with any mapping functions so that you have a much better understanding. This is downtown Atlanta. Which, to tell you the truth, I don't even really know. Actually, we'll just do this. It doesn't really matter. This is play, as they say. You can put in your monthly income. $3,000. Monthly housing costs, suggesting 1,200. Put in utilities, 100, and then you go through other debt. It's going to say, I can't afford this. Do you have a housing voucher? That's an interesting question the AI came up with. What's your primary goal? Find affordable rental. It's optional, so that's good. And then you can say, get my results. Your debt to income ratio is 57%. Rent to income ratio. Wow, that's interesting. You can download the form. So it came up with all of this in a couple of minutes with no guidance from me on direction. And all you would need to do is correct it so that you would get a better outcome from there. Affordability score at risk is 0. That's interesting based on the information I put in there. But you get the idea. You would create something like this, drop it on wherever you want to do your either organic marketing posts, drive people to the assessment. When they're done with the assessment, get them to join Georgia ACT or get help now. Either one of those two buttons would go where you want it to go so that they can get help. Right now, it doesn't go anywhere because we haven't told it where to go to get that assessment done or delivered. The idea is to get them engaged and then get them into the ecosystem for yourself. This works for any business. An assessment, a quiz, they're all super powerful ways to drive people to your marketing funnel, whether it's getting sponsors, getting members. If you're a business, it's getting leads, getting sales of your services or your product. Quizzes and assessments are fantastic ways to do this, and you can build it very quickly in a couple of steps. All right, let me also share some more links just to make sure everybody can find us. So we have a link here if you want to discuss how AI can impact your business. There's a calendar link for me. Here's my email. If you do decide you want to sign up for the BuildBiz platform, 60 plus apps, 19.95 a month, 20 bucks a month for all those apps. You can sign up there. We also have AI app building training coming up September 5th and 6th, I want to say. But so that is where you can come in and get AI app building certified. I drop all of those in the chat as well. Anybody have any questions while we continue to build out these wonderful things? I like the image. Again, I think the text part of our app is asleep. Heartwarming, veteran receiving keys to a new home. That sounds emotional. Let's see what we get there. We're going to keep building out on what we're doing here. I think we have enough to go ahead and rerun this. By the way, you can take that script and let me show you another fun thing we can do. I'm going to duplicate this. There's another app in here, and this is not going to work that well because that image that we have is not really perfect for this, but I'll show you what we can do. The goal is to get that image to perform like these do here. I have a humorous one I'll show you quickly.
You call yourself a CEO, but you don't even know your IQ score. Me? I already know mine. I run things at recess and in the metaverse. Take the quiz. Beat my score if you can.
That's from a photo that I made in a tool called Hyperrealistic AI Images. But you can make much more serious projects, of course.
Welcome to the Hope Law, the sanctuary for healing and personal growth. Our mission is to transform lives through comprehensive therapy, wellness, and training programs.
Great. If we create a new project with the photo of Dr. Brown Hayes, we have a script that we can have it read. Oh, I should have taken a look to see what voice I was using in that one. Let me grab the script we had written. There we go. Let's drop it in here. All right. Hi, my name. You can put in hi. Let's see if it'll read it properly. By the way, you should always read the scripts and things that the AI comes up with. The reason why is, all right, click start my check now. Let's make the next step. Start my check now. Let's make the next step together. When you take this type of thing, you can just tell it, hey, take that and generate my script. It's going to create it from the words that we just used. It comes up educational thought leadership, event management, social media. It's giving you a template, details about your product or service. Describe your product or service in detail. Okay, cool. Let's do that. We're both learning how to do this together. This is fantastic. All right, let's do this. We give it some detail here. This is fun. I love new features. The development team is always adding things, and sometimes you don't find out about it until you just go in the app. We're learning together. Let's see what this does. I want this text here. This will teach it about the organization quickly. If I had my business brief, that's where it would drop it. All right, so let's drop this in here. I could probably, no, I'm not going to hit enter. Sometimes enter generates stuff. All right, cool. Okay, we have our story, and I think this is all good. All right, let's generate this, see what happens. I'm learning as you are learning. Now that we have our script in here, we can go to voiceover. You can create your own voice clone. You would basically feed it a bunch of audio and teach it what your voice sounds like. Let's say we pick that voice. You can test it with your script. It's going to generate the voice reading that script.
Did you know that nearly half of Georgia's renter households pay over 30% of their income on housing? This staggering statistic reminds us why safe, decent housing is more than just a policy issue. It's the foundation of thriving
So
communities.
now what you would do is continue to the avatar. And so we have some pre-built ones in here that we can utilize. You can decide if your video is going to be square, landscape, or portrait. Since we're going to drop it in a website, we would probably want to go with landscape. And then you can either use one of the pre-built ones or you can upload one. We do have an image that we can use. I don't think this is going to work particularly well because number one, we want a high-res image and more of the body. You don't want to show the hands because the hands kind of act funny sometimes in a AI-generated video, but we'll go with it for now. Let's see what happens. We're having fun experimenting. You can use any uploaded photo that you want to use. So for now, we're going to go with that one, and we're going to continue to generate. The aspect ratio is 1:1. You might want to make our video one-on-one. All right. And then it tells you how many credits is going to cost you to generate. The way the platform works is for your $20 a month, you get access to pretty much all of the apps. There are a few apps like this one, which requires more horsepower. It's going to say, hey, you need to sign up for one of the credits. And the way the credits work is you get 1,000 for $6.99, and you have different discounts for bigger amounts. The credits work throughout. This also allows us to keep the cost of the overall platform very inexpensive. The platform is only $20 a month. If you sign up for any of the AI video creators that are out there, you're talking $60, $70, $80 a month for those platforms. To use Sora on ChatGPT, it's $200 a month for their, their pro plan. So it all depends. Anyway, point is, it keeps it democratic. Only people who want to use the app have to pay for the credits. Everybody else just pays $20 a month. And by the way, something like this is going to cost less than $12. It's a pretty good deal if you get a video that you really like and you can use to go make money other places. We're going to generate this one and then we'll see the end result. It's going to take a minute to generate that. I would love to have a better photo to use for that purpose. All right, this one is pretty decent. I like this one. What they're doing doesn't quite make any sense, but I like the overall image and thought process of it. It kind of went back to the old COVID days. I'm not going to keep this one either, but it is trying. This one we can delete because we decided we didn't like that one at all. We can go on to the next video generator and see what we got here. If you have questions, this is your very first time joining us. You may want to sign up for the Tuesday training in the evening. The next one is on the 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's the link to sign up for it. Just go ahead and sign up. It'll automatically sign you up for the one on the 19th of August, 7 p.m. I'm still updating some of the dates on that landing page. Trying to keep up with all the fun things you have to keep up with in any kind of entrepreneurial endeavor. But just go ahead and sign up. It'll still work even if the dates are a little behind. I think it's pointing to last week's date. That's a good training to go to if you've never used AI. We teach you how to prompt, just a core functionality of understanding AI and what it's all about. Really good place to start your AI journey. All right, let's see if it has generated something. Oh, it's almost there, 58%. Once we get that, I think we're pretty good. If we get another good image, I can then finish this up. Let's see. This one is a diverse group of advocates meeting with government officials. Actually, what do we need in this video? Let me tell it what I want. What do we need? We've got a good starting image. We've got a core government image. We have this, we have that. What are we looking for? Join us as we shape a brighter future for one home, one community at a time. Okay, so let's find an image that incorporates that. I like that. Let me get that here. We can actually have it regenerate an image. I'm going to download that one just so we save it. It's not a horrible image. It just doesn't quite have what I want. Oh, I know which one I could upload here. We could upload, let's see. We did one that was marketing. Oh, this one right here. This is good. Yep, we'll drop that in there. All right, let's regenerate. It may not fit all the way across, but we'll give it a shot. You can upload your own video if it's less than 20 megabytes. If you have a B-roll or an action video, behind the scenes video, you can upload that to the video you're creating. You can use the sound from the video or just have the AI read the text that we want it to read. Let's grab one of our call to actions from here. I like this one. If you believe every Georgia family, then you want to stay in the loop, add your email and make your voice heard. Join us. This part right here is fine. There we go. We'll add this to the video. Let's see, does it say affordable home? We'll take out this sentence here. We'll reverse order. That's fine. Join us as we shape a bright future, one community. Perfect. If you were to drop this into, let's say, Meta, you could have a form that people fill out to join and get more information. Let's go ahead and read. Or you could invite them to this housing 2025 annual housing. Click to register. Something like that. Take that out. And so perfect. I love it. Click to register now. We're driving them to your next event. We'll tell it to regenerate with that. And so that's off to the races. This should already looks, you can tell it's a little too fuzzy, but let's see what happens.
Did you know that nearly half of Georgia's renter households pay over 30% of their income on housing? This staggering statistic reminds us why safe, decent housing is more than just a policy issue. It's the foundation of thriving communities. At Georgia ACT, we see housing as the bedrock for strong families and vibrant neighborhoods, which drives our commitment to equitable community development. Here's our perspective. First, effective advocacy matters. Working with state and federal leaders, we push for policies that move us closer to a future where every family has affordable housing. Second, building a network of knowledgeable, engaged professionals strengthens our collective impact. Sharing insight, strategies, and real-world experiences is key to overcoming the challenges we face. And third, supporting our nonprofit organizations with greater resources and innovative solutions is essential to meet the evolving needs of our diverse communities. As housing challenges intensify and industry trends shift, we must evolve together. Let's reimagine our communities and work hand in hand to create a future where every Georgian has a place to call home.
What I would have done is I would take this and leave the voice running, but have B-roll of houses and things like that in the background so that it is not just focused on the face. I would use the face right away in the beginning, then I would have other things going on as you edit your video, and then I would bring it back at the end with some sort of a call out. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be based on the quality of the image. I'll download that and drop it in the chat in just a minute so that you can have it. We need to add it to YouTube so we can embed it into our new app. Let me see if, yep, it's done. I'll grab this here. And by the way, you can change the image that's used here. You can change the description. Dr. Hayes Brown discussing affordable housing. The description would be this one here. Let's go back to refresh this page. Can I afford my next home in Georgia? There we go. That's what we want as the title of this. We're going to wrap this up. We're actually at the very top of the hour. Sorry, I went over a little bit. If you have a playlist, you would put a playlist. You could determine if this video is public or not public. It's not made for kids. But all we really need is this right here. And what I would do is turn on the subtitles. There's a lot of things that you can do to make this even better. And so we'll just make it unlisted so it won't be all over the place. You can also make it public, of course. Even if it's unlisted, you can still post it and embed it here. You would tell the AI, it's building your app for you, embed this video in the hero section. You'd give it the video link and tell it to go for it. And if you want to be even more specific, you would grab a screenshot. This makes sure that it puts it where you want it to be, and boom, you're done. Now it's going to drop that video right here in the center. I'll share the link to the temporary app for you in just a second. I think I'm good on time. I'm a little over, apologies. That's what happens. We've got our video, just made a new one.
Welcome to Georgia Advancing Communities Together, Inc., the beacon of hope for housing equality across the state. Founded in 2001, Georgia Asset has been committed to ensuring safe, decent, and affordable housing for every Georgia family. Our mission empowers a strong network of nonprofits focused on housing and community development. We tirelessly advocate for essential policies and resources to meet the diverse housing needs of Georgians. Led by the passionate Dr. Bambi Hayes Brown and a dedicated team, we're driving change for equitable housing. If you believe every Georgia family deserves a safe, affordable home, join us as we shape a brighter future for Georgia, one home, one community at a time. Click to register now.
Love it. That's perfect. Well, not perfect, but it's good enough for the demo. All right. So if I take that, I would now download that. And so you have a vault if you sign up with us. It's 5 terabytes strong. You can have your website. It's hosted automatically on here. So I'm just going to download that video. Let's go find it here. Okay, so we have the video. There you go. I downloaded it to my folder. This is the UGC video. It's your video of you speaking to the camera. Like I said, I would edit it so it'd be a little bit more exciting and put in some subtitles and all that fun stuff. If you're in the platform, a good tool for editing videos is called Descript. Click the link and it'll take you there. I use it all the time when I get around to uploading my videos. It's a super efficient way to take a project. You could just upload it and immediately start working on that video. You can embed B-roll automatically. You can put in effects and transforms and all kinds of fun stuff. Descript is a wonderful, easy way because when you're editing the video, you don't have to actually touch for the most part, you don't have to touch the actual video. You could tell the AI, take out all the filler words like ums and ahs and things like that. It'll just immediately do that. And if you want to add something that the AI is going to read for you in your own voice, because it has all of this voice sample, it can actually add a sentence that you've messed up on. This is how I edit videos for everybody. All right, let's see. We're done with that. Let's see if the All right, it's done. Here's the embed, and this is what I meant by having landscape, because this is obviously a square video, but it works fine. It's embedded in here so people can come in.
Did you know that nearly half of Georgia's renter households pay over 30% of their income on housing?
You could do the same thing by just sitting in front of a camera, reading the script that the AI wrote, and you would basically do that. And then, like I said, combine it with B-roll. But it's super easy. I'm gonna publish this so you guys can get access to it. Publish. And you can take the test and all that kind of stuff. Basically, in here, you would have this link. You could share this link just by going in here and telling it to make it shareable. Once you get that, you copy this link. That's the actual share link. There you go. If you want your personal branding, go ahead and use your voice. You can train the AI with your voice. You can use any voice you want to, but if your face is there, you might want to use your own voice. But hopefully that was good. Quick lesson for everybody on the call. I appreciate you guys sticking. We went a little 7 minutes over. We're done for today. Hopefully you guys had a good time. We'll be back again on Thursday. Remember to register. And of course, we'll be back Tuesday for next week's AI Lunch and Learn. And then 7 p.m., we'll have the beginner class. Reach out to me if you guys want to help with building websites. We're using AI, building apps. You want to come join training. We have all kinds of fun things that we do around AI. Some of you have been with me for quite a while. So, all right, everybody, have a fantastic. Oh yeah, ABC, one of my favorite Tuesday morning calls. It gets everybody going pretty well. So jump on in, come back in for sign up for the platform, or just come to the training every Tuesday. It's the same link, generally speaking. We'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye bye, everybody.